Yo, welcome to Hard Pass. I am your host, Jacques Slade. It's the show that will not judge what you brought to the bubble. Go do you, stay safe, and enjoy yourself, like J.R. Smith.
I got some kicks for you, though. Ooh. Hey. That's the only kicks I brought.
We won't judge, Swish. We won't judge. Let's start with some hot takes. Actually, let's break format for a second here and do a quick hard pass segment to kick things off because I've got a few things that I want to get off my chest right now. So a few weeks ago, we said that we were wrong about the new Kanye West, citing his partnership with The Gap and his quiet contribution to cases for George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, and Ahmaud Arbery as examples of his turning a corner and bringing back some of that old Kanye that we greatly miss. You know, the old Kanye. He's the guy that Jay-Z called a real soulful dude on Last Call on The College Dropout. And then he took a picture with Elon Musk. Kinda had a feeling that picture was going to lead us down the path, and what do you know? That path is somehow leading to him running for president. As of this recording, Kanye hasn't taken the steps necessary to create an actual campaign for the highest position in all the land. There's no infrastructure, no policy announcements. Well, there are some vague ones we'll get to later, and no team behind him other than his wife Kim Kardashian and Elon, and even he's waffled in the past few days. But there was that tweet. I guess we'll always have that tweet until he deletes it in a month or two. On a surface level, the tweet wasn't that bad. In fact, he puts that tweet up 10 years earlier and everybody is on the Yeezy bandwagon. 10 years ago, Kanye's approval rating was so high that you could actually imagine him being a successor to President Barack Obama with an even more progressive platform, but not anymore. Thing is, we don't know what Kanye stands for really at any given moment. Besides his Twitter proclamation, all we have in terms of plans is an interview with Forbes and a video imploring people to register to vote, which is something he admitted he has never done. I do find it interesting that his go-to outlets now are the Wall Street Journal and Forbes, places that cement his billionaire status. Can you imagine being an editor or writer for one of these outlets and getting random calls and texts from Kanye asking for corrections or clarifications on how much money he has? He's calling his party the birthday party, which led me to hope that his campaign theme song is just the opening lines of 50 Cent in the club on loop. Go shorty, it's your birthday. Anyways, if Kanye was actually serious about running for president and not just grabbing some headlines in anticipation of an album dropping in a few weeks, I would need to hear what his platform is about. And I'm not talking about platitudes and boilerplate stuff that your typical politician would spew. I want to know what his plans are to rebuild our education system, our economy, our environment, our law enforcement, and our standing as a leader on the world stage. He can even explain it in his Kanye sort of way where he sometimes rambles but eventually gets to a point. It wouldn't even matter if he was a Democrat or a Republican or a birthday candidate. I would at least listen to what he had to say. But instead, what we got was him being hesitant about vaccinations for COVID-19. Why? Because he's worried about the vaccines putting chips inside of us and preventing us from going to heaven. What? Here's the full quote. It's so many of our children that are being vaccinated and paralyzed. So when they say the way we're going to fix COVID is with the vaccine, I'm extremely cautious. That's the mark of the beast. They want to put chips inside of us. They want to do all those kinds of things to make it where we can't cross the gates of heaven. I'm sorry when I say they, the humans that have the devil inside them. And the saddest thing is that we won't all make it to heaven. That there'll be some of us that don't make it. Next question. I'm just gonna let that marinate there for a second. And on his foreign policy, I haven't developed that yet. On taxes, I haven't done enough research on that yet. I will research that with the strongest experts that serve God and come back with the best solution. And that will be my answer for anything that I haven't researched. Look, I know that people on both sides are worried that Kanye's announcement is going to somehow siphon off votes from their candidate of choice. But I don't think we should worry about it that much. He already missed the deadline to run in several states, and people are much more focused now on what's at stake. All of these commenters you see that are claiming will vote for Kanye are either bots, trolls, or minuscule in the grand scheme of things. And if these stories about the Kardashian family being quote unquote worried about Kanye's mental health are anything to go by, this could be a phase that Kanye deals with and then forgets about in like a month or two. By the way, Shout out to Van Lathan and Rachel Lindsay's Higher Learning podcast, which confirmed that most of the sources for Kardashian stories are the Kardashians themselves. Anyway, hashtag Vision 2020 isn't going to distract us, no matter what social media says. Hashtag Vision 2008, however, would have been a different story. Not gonna lie though, there's a small, tiny little itsy bitsy part of me that wants to see Kanye on a debate stage where someone asks him why you still can't easily buy Yeezys anytime. If he can't fulfill that promise, how can we trust him when he promises literally anything else as president? Nobody has time for this. Thanks, but no thanks, yay. Okay, here are the actual hot takes. NBA players have started to enter the Orlando bubble, and we've already got the memes lined up, which I love. From players taking a hard pass on the hotel food to everybody discovering the joys of fishing, it's the content that we've missed. But maybe my favorite bubble entrant so far is the Miami Heat's Myers Leonard, who showed off his streaming equipment while he's playing Warzone. It's actually not bad considering he's not at home. You've got the laptop, the Stream Deck, the custom PC, but what got me was his computer wallpaper of himself in those Miami Vice uniforms. That's like me having a secret folder of my YouTube thumbnails, which I obviously don't. And speaking of the NBA bubble, PJ Tucker is reportedly bringing over 60 pairs to Orlando, and he'll be picking up more through eBay. Remember when we wondered out loud if PJ was going to need an extra room for all his sneakers? While single guys will undoubtedly try to sneak girls into the bubble for some entanglement, hey Jada, we might catch PJ trying to catch boxes from a drone sponsored by Flight Club or Stadium Goods. I'm a little worried with all of this free time that PJ is going to have in between games. What if he just starts doing unboxing videos? You know what? Scratch that. Stay in your lane, PJ. This is my thing. Anyway, Scottie Pippen debuted a new look this week, and I know, get your future jokes in, but I had a different person in mind when I saw the legend break out with braids all of a sudden. It's just weird, man. It would be like me wearing a blonde wig for a video and hope that nobody notices. Congrats to Usain Bolt on the birth of his child, Olympia Lightning Bolt. Yep. Seems like the GOAT is already calling his kids shots with a name like that. The name also sounds like a boss character in a Mega Man game. Remember the awesome names like Bamboo Pandemonium, Boomer, Kuwanger, and Metal Shark Player, who really was like the flyest Metal Shark of them all? When it comes to praise, I'm not the type to seek it out, but I also don't mind when people send good vibes my way. However, I'm starting to think I might need to take my talents overseas if I can get a song made for me by Korean fans, like this one for ESPN's Boog Skyambi, whose name also sounds like another Mega Man boss character.
ESPN Pushambi, let's go, wow, together, wow. ESPN Pushambi.
I can hear it now. Kustoo, wow. All right, now it's time for story time. Now, when it comes to dynamic NBA duos, there's usually a list of 3 or 4 that are often cited as the best ever. It's typically some combination of Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen, Bill Russell and Bob Cousy, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Magic Johnson, or Kobe Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal. Then you have the fans of Stockton and Malone, LeBron and D-Wade, Bird and McHale, Steph and Clay, who want to crack the upper echelon as well. Personally, I'm a Nick Young and JaVale McGee stan, but that's neither here nor there. Cinnamon challenge forever, guys.
Send them in. I told him send them in.
But there's one pair that I think deserves a little more love, and that's actually Kobe and Pau Gasol. I'm not saying Pau is anywhere near the level of Shaq, but Pau doesn't get the credit that he deserves when he helped the Lakers reach the finals 3 years in a row and won back-to-back championships in 09 and 10. Without Pau, the Lakers don't achieve those heights. Kobe eventually follows through on his trade request in 2007, and Shaq's infamous rap about how his butt taste hits a little different. It's still a gross visual no matter what though. But beyond the championships, I think Pau's other big contribution was allowing us to see another side of the Black Mamba. While the Shaq-Kobe partnership ran hot and cold in public with really nothing in between, the Pau-Kobe duo was harmonious on and off the court. They ran plays in Spanish, so most players couldn't pick up on their strategy, and because Pau wasn't trying to usurp Kobe's spot, that allowed Mamba to do Mamba things without worrying about bruising egos. Although, to be fair, Pau probably should have been the finals MVP in 2010. That's not to say there weren't moments of tension. I mean, who can forget Kobe calling out Pau and imploring him to be more of a black swan? But the end result was more rings for the city. And when it came to outside the game of basketball, Pau became close to Kobe and Vanessa. He was Uncle Pau to the kids, a regular at Gigi's games, and close to Natalia, Bianca, and Capri. On his 40th birthday, Vanessa posted pictures of Pau at the house hanging out with the girls, and it was beautiful to see. So props to Uncle Pau. Hopefully, when this whole pandemic is over, or at least controlled to the point where we can start watching games at Staples Centers again, we'll be able to celebrate his career and hang his number in the rafters alongside Kobe's, which Mamba always knew would happen someday. Let's get into the heat check. It's your only source for snarky release date news. Last week, we featured 5 sneakers on this segment, and amazingly, all of them actually dropped. That's the first time since the pandemic began we hit 100% success rate. First up, we have the Adidas Y3 Icho. These drop on July 15th for $280. These release in 3 different colorways. The Y3 Icho is the same person's interpretation of the Sacai and Nike Waffle collabs. Premium leather construction and double stack tooling makes them a perfect casual pair, and the Y3 branding only brings like a little bit of prestige to it. They won't be as hyped as the Sacai Nikes, but at least I can wear these when I feel like adulting a little bit. You know, adulting. It's a phrase us cool kids use when we have to act like we're in our 30s or something ancient like that. Then we have the Air Jordan 11 Low IE Black Cement. These drop on July 16th for $170. This is one of the most iconic silhouettes of all time. The Air Jordan 3 in its black cement colorway is the inspiration for this new 11 Low IE. The elephant print in gray and red tongue are a nice touch, but I wish they had went a little further with it by switching out the translucent outsole with the solid gray and adding the Nike Air branding somewhere on the heel. Just a thought. We have the Nike Space Hippie collection in Volt. These drop on the 16th. This is the second wave of the Space Hippie sneakers, and it comes in Volt just in case you weren't feeling the orange variants from a few weeks ago. I like my pair of the Space Hippies right now and think they're a good look, but I have my eyes on that O2 pair with that Volt swoosh across the upper. Mwah. Then we have the Nike Air Force One Drew League dropping on July 17th for $110. Sadly, the pandemic shut down this year's Drew League season, so our consolation prize is this classic white on white with the Drew branding on the side. It's basically the supreme white on white Air Force One collab from a few weeks ago, but on a brand that people actually love and care about and don't just buy for the hype. Then we have the Adidas 350 V2 in Zion. These are dropping on July 18th for $220. Look, I like Yeezy 350s that play around with the shades of gray, I really do. I just wish I could tell them apart more. I already know some Yeezy fans in the comments are ready to be like, ugh, come on. How can you not tell the difference between the Zions, the Statics, the Sesames, and the Lundmarks? I thought you were a real fan and about that Yeezy life. Well, I was a fan. And then my pick of the week is the Nike Road Warrior. These drop on July 17th for $500. Now, you've heard me sing the praises of these on a different video. I love what Nike is doing with their more esoteric releases. There's just so much going on here, from the double stack zoom to the wacky outsole and everything else about it. Even the Road Warrior name is amazing. Shout out to the tag team GOATs. What I don't love is that $500 price tag, but I will gladly eat that cost for you so we can hopefully do an unboxing of them in the future. Yes. It is my commitment to you, the Hard Pass viewer and subscriber to this channel, that I will spend absurd amounts of money for unboxings for your pleasure. Just don't forget to like and subscribe and all of that good stuff. And now it's time for this week's Hard Pass, where we take a look at something in the culture that just needs to go, like people who resort to gimmicks from 3 to 4 years ago to get attention.
Bro.
I guess I'm supposed to know who that hype bro is, but just like last week's hype bro who stepped on his own pair of chunky donkeys, it's just whatever at this point. If it gets you a reaction in a post on Complex or BR Kicks, more power to you, I guess. I'll be over here waiting for the inevitable day you reach dipping Yeezys in antifreeze to kill the hype status, aka the Florida man of sneakers. I just never saw the appeal of posting a stunt with sneakers that's just meant to generate a negative reaction. I'll do it for fun and generate conversation, but not get on anybody's nerves. Recently, I posted a picture of my black cement 3s, and when I tell you they are worn, I mean they are worn. I've had these before I got into the sneaker media game, and they've been around the world, literally. The paint is coming off, the creases curved to my feet, the heel tabs are gone, and I think the Jumpman is just about to really just tap out at any second now. But I still wear them, and I will continue to wear them until the glue gives out or the soles crack. I know you're probably thinking, but Jacques, you are the king of sneaker unboxings. Isn't part of your brand wearing only the latest and most hype stuff? Well, first of all, I think my co-writer hates me and puts lines like that in the script to see if he can get to me. Second of all, I'm not the king of sneaker unboxings despite what Complex or MSN or CBS says. And third of all, no, I don't just wear the latest and most hyped. If you saw me just out at a mall or an event, you won't always see me in a pair that's designed to get likes. It's probably a pair that's mildly hyped or comfortable enough for me to use when I get into weird angles to take pictures or shoot video. A lot of the sneakers you see in the background back there, I keep fresh for special occasions or new videos. But when the day comes I undead stock them, what you won't see me do is go to extreme lengths to keep them safe. If they scuffed, they get scuffed. If the paint chips off, that's just a sign that I've worn them a lot. And if they get really noticeable creases, that just means I really wore them a lot. So yes, I'm breaking out the old hashtag for this hard pass. Hashtag wear your kicks, people. Although I guess if you're going out, it should really be hashtag wear your kicks and also a mask. All right, that's gonna do it for the show. Thank you guys for watching Hard Pass. I am Jacques Slade. We've been pumping out episodes for you every week ever since the start of the year. So think of this one as the Hard Pass season finale of sorts. We'll be back in August, recharged and refreshed and ready to go with a brand new show. I'll see you next time, but not before I show you my new favorite TikTok that I can relate to on all levels. Sometimes I'm Sheena, sometimes I'm her dad. I'll see you soon. Peace.
Today I don't feel like doing anything.
What's new?
I just wanna lay in my bed.
Yeah. Didn't even wear pants today. Pantaloons hanging on the Peloton bike for 3 days. Sing lazy song, lazy girl. Sing, do ping ping. Tell all your friends how lazy you are. Proud, so proud moment.